Well, this is the third one of my Gumtree items which I haven't tested, but this is a plasma TV. It fitted in the car, so I thought I might as well take it even if I end up chucking it in e-waste. Looks like the remote he gave me is the incorrect one, just to make it difficult. It's actually for a DVD player. Well, something clicked, but nothing much else has happened by the look of it. We've got a red light. And we've probably got to press something here to channel, maybe. Do I have to hit the button? Making some clicker noises, and that's about it. Typical plasma. But it may be in some sort of standby or something. Who knows? Oh, we've got a green flashing. Well, maybe that means it's trying to fire up. I can hear something buzzing, so that's a good sign. We've got our Y-sus board or something running. Didn't think they took this long to come on. Oh, here we go. HDMI 1 up in the corner there. HDMI 2. Yeah, we've got a snowy picture. So it's got a local analog tuner. I thought I was on AV. Well, no, it's AV3 I'm on. With the pattern generator. It's giving a pretty damn good picture. There's nothing wrong with that one. That's just through composite, of course. So you can't knock that for a composite ramped up into a picture that big. Kind of cool to see a plasma again. I didn't think I'd ever see one of them on my bench again. And yeah, this sort of light, it actually looks pretty good because you're not getting a ton of reflections on it. You're getting a few, but yeah, it's actually pretty good. At least you don't have the sort of colour issues you do with the CRT. It's got a lot of advantages over a CRT in many ways, but the amount of power they used was pretty impressive and how hot they got. And I've never liked the amount of reflections if you try and use it in daylight. They were pretty useless when you got a lot of reflections from like windows and stuff. But at night time, not too bad. But that seems to work pretty well. So that might be good for something. Actually says DVD down the bottom of the remote, so I don't think this is going to do much. If it's even running at all, is the next problem. Oh, here we've got a signal coming out of it. Oh, the channel. Oh, this is the TV functions. Not the channel's much good. Oh, we've all got the volume. That's the other thing. I don't think the thing's got any. Oh no, it might have speakers down here, mightn't it? I reckon it does actually. It doesn't have on the edges of the screen. I haven't really had much to do with the Panasonic ones much. More LGs and the like. We fixed an awful lot of them under warranty. And oh, we've got an AV, so we do have input select. So at least it does the basic functions. And looks like we've got power on off. So at least we can get it out of standby. Sounds like it's got a fan running now. Oh, well, at least that remote does do something. I wonder how old the batteries are on that thing. Kodak ones. When was the last time Kodak made batteries? They might still do it for all I know, but I thought Kodak had largely disappeared these days. Oh, so it looks like it's got at least got standard Panasonic functions. Another absolutely filthy remote that needs a clean. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what I can actually use that for. Or if I can find someone to give it away to. At least if it goes to a good home. Seems a waste that it was going to go to the dump. Which, whether he would have really took it to the dump or not, I don't know, but possibly. You can't really get a lot for him. Obviously the stand's missing off it. But you can soon attach it to a wall. And it does sit here. That's just sitting on its base, basically. so it will sit there quite comfortably. I don't really watch enough TV these days to use it, otherwise it's a bit bigger than the Sony LCD I've got. But they are only standard def, I think. I should actually look up the model number for this. I don't think it's a high def or anything. It's still an analog tuner in it. September 2006, so yeah, definitely not. It is a TH42PV60A. Made in September 2006, so she's pretty old. The other thing, of course, you can use them for, they do have a VGA connector on it. So it could be handy if you want a big screen hooked up to your laptop or something. Got a little bit of damage there, I think. I think just some, might just be some muck on there. It'd certainly be good for a shed or something, or for a bit of gaming or something maybe. I'm not sure how good these are with gaming. I think they do have delays, because I remember one of the first plasmas I saw, I had it sitting on the bench soak testing it, and it was next to a Philips K9 of all things, ancient old 1975 wooden cabinet TV. Not a very good tube they had in those either. But the ironic thing was, I think there was just some like credits scrolling up the screen, and the Philips, it was flawless, just smoothly going, and the plasma was sort of jerking and shuddering or something. It certainly affected your eyes trying to watch it. Whereas the old Philips, just the old analog TV handled it no problem, but all the digital stuff in these things seem to have quite a bit of trouble with it. So whether they're all like that, I don't know, with these early ones, but it was quite fascinating to see like probably a $5,000 or $7,000 TV as it was then, against an ancient old thing you could barely give away anymore. And yeah, the Philips was actually performing a lot better handling that scrolling graphics. So yeah, so that's going. We've got a remote. I don't know if it's worth contacting the guy to see if he's got the original remote with more features. There's not really much more you probably want on it anyway. I guess it would have some menu. What else have we actually got here, I guess? STR, what does that do? F. Oh, I've got volume, contrast, brightness, colour, sharpness, bass, treble, balance, volume. It's got all the main settings. Do we have an actual... Doesn't look like we've got any sort of menu besides that. Oh yeah, that sets it. Go away. Or do I have to wait for it to go away? Probably have to let it disappear on its own. So it's got component input, VGA input, and some S-video and composite inputs. Which one do we go to? We had PC, there it is. So it actually had some HDMIs, I didn't even notice them, but I guess by then it would have had to have some. Where are they? Hiding up the top there somewhere. Oh yeah, 2 HDMIs. Monitor out. AV 1, 2, 3, and possibly is it a fourth one on the front. 4 AV ins, 2 HDMIs, 1 PC. And it's got the good old analog RF tuner in it. So yeah, not an awful lot of use for anything really. Kind of funny seeing snow on one of these things. But they did actually use them with local TV pickup, back when you could still get it. Anyway, it seems to work. There's no obvious burn-in on the screen. The white is just not the whitest of whites. Yeah, I did have the menu here, didn't I? Let's see, where's... Contrast is up a fair way. Oh, it's at 100. Brightness can probably come up a bit. You don't want to run them too bright, these things, necessarily, because they do burn stuff into the screen pretty easy. But I'd say that's actually perfect for lack of burn-in. There was a lot of worry about it, because supposedly someone, even just in a technician working on one of these, had it in their workshop not for long with the same sort of thing, running with the colour bars or something on it. Oh, I've got the wrong input. And I was thinking there was no image there, of course, because it was just a white screen. and it actually burnt the screen in it supposedly just from having the pattern generator on there for a while. I'm not sure exactly how long it was, but I don't think it was all that long. The early ones did burn like something like that. If you left it on there for half an hour or something, you might have got a burn in. So everyone was a bit paranoid about them when they first came out, but they do. I believe when we did the, I think it was NEC, I did a little seminar thing on that where they trained us up on them, and they do have some sort of, they would actually darken sections of the screen like a square. I forget how big it was, but maybe like an eighth of the screen or less, tenth of the screen or something, but they'd have a block that actually went a bit dimmer and they'd move it around the screen. Not in a way that anyone would really notice, or at least in normal viewing. Maybe you'd notice on something like a pattern generator. But they did have different techniques, I think, to try and prevent these things from getting burnt. And anyway, thanks for watching.